We are live. Well, looks like we got 4 watching. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Yo, Frosty. You want a link or you're on the road or what? What's happening? Same shit, different day, my man. Okay, what was the beginning of your email again? The first 2 letters. I'll gladly send that to you. Okay, give me 1 second here. Yep, I got you, Frosty. Link sent. And here he is, the one and only Raging Cajun.
Yep, the one and only.
What up, mister?
Not much, not much. How y'all doing this weekend?
Good. How about you? M. Leeser, how are you?
We are doing just fine. Except I think we got to mix up on loads
That
for
don't sound
tomorrow
too
night.
good.
They want to send us back to North Carolina.
Yay!
I think they've fallen off their damn rocker.
Okay, what do you mean?
I don't think I want to. I don't know how good that area is right now. A lot of things have been washed out, destroyed, taken away. Hasta luego, you know.
Yeah. Frosty, what up?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Loud and clear.
All right. Very cool. Very cool. What the hell you want to go back to North Carolina for?
They want to send us out there on another load.
Oh, no.
Now, which area?
Just north of Charlotte.
Oh, that shouldn't be too bad.
Yeah, we're
I hope not.
Just north of Charlotte. There's not a, what, Statesville?
Cleveland,
So-
North Carolina.
Huh?
Cleveland, North Carolina.
I have no idea where that's at.
It's just above Charlotte. Just east of Statesville.
Okay. What's that? Off what's that? 40?
Just east of wait a minute. I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because 40 will get you to Asheville, and that's been hammered.
Yeah, the bridge right there has been washed out on 26. I-40 coming into North Carolina has been washed out.
Ooh.
That whole
Yeah,
area
but
is
if
shut
you
down.
take but if you take 77, you should be just fine.
I'm coming out of Texas.
77,
Though.
right? Yeah. Huh?
Maybe
I'm coming out of Texas.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe you got to look at it this way. You know, you're going back to an area that's just fucking beat up and hammered, and they need what you're bringing.
Oh, they don't need Freightliner parts.
Oh, yes, they do. Oh, yes, they do. Freightliner parts. Freightliners are junk. Everybody needs
Man.
Freightliner.
You know,
Good
if
old
I had-
freight shakers.
I can't say that. The two tandems I drove were both Freightliners. One had a Cummins, one had a Cat, and they both did pretty good. I mean, we beat those
That's right,
things.
Weezer.
We beat them mercilessly. What I didn't like was the 9-speed. Freightliner has what they call a 9-speed, and it's an 8 with compound low, and you never ever in the right gear. They just don't.
I can see if I had a truckload full of water or a truckload full of supplies they need, but right now they don't need anything else.
Wow, they got to get their own trucks back on the road so they can go out and get stuff.
Bill, how are you?
Hey, I see what you're saying. That's a lousy area to drive in right now.
Yeah.
And are you having to take a bunch of goat trails and 2 lanes?
We'll see if we. Plus, the truck is due for a PM within the next 1,500 miles, so I got a feeling we're going to be stopping in Atlanta anyway.
Well, that's one thing I never liked was being on goat trails. You know, it's too easy to fall asleep out there.
Yeah.
When there's literally nothing there.
So I always like freight shakers and Volvos. They're cheap trucks to buy.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and you can flip them. There's always somebody that wants the wreck. You know, like we had one. We drove until everything fell apart. And somebody bought it, and they're driving it around Tijuana right now. You know. Actually, I think we had to get rid of it because we couldn't smog it anymore. It was the wrong tier engine.
Uh-huh.
Another one of those last cats. What they call them, a C7.
Uh-huh.
Oh, gutless. I mean, some of those things were badass, but ours were like furniture trucks, man. They were gutless. 250 or 220 horse. Then they got me that one with the Cummins in it, and it was night and day. I mean, you drove that thing like you stole it. The other one, you had to like pause in between shifts. You had to get your timing right. You know, you had to kind of dance it down the road.
Huh.
But that Cummins, man, it was just all the way up, grab the stick and pull.
Yeah, which Cummins did it have?
Oh, it was a big B. I want to say the one we got now is a what do they call that? An L10, the 10 liter. This was a step below that, so it was probably an 8.3 or something like that. A
Yeah,
big
because
B.
the was it N14 and M11's always been pretty good engines. It's N14, right?
Yeah, and then there's an L10,
Yep.
which is smaller, and then they make one smaller than that in between the 5983 and the. It's a B series, like they put in the pickups, but bigger. I want to say it was right around 500 inches. But you know, that thing ran every bit as good as the Cat. It just, the power was up higher. It was up a couple hundred RPM higher. But that Cat was just insane at clutch. You let the clutch out and you knew it was there. I mean, it was making torque at idle.
Well, I also had a couple Detroit 60 series. I always liked those.
Mm-hmm.
We had bobtails with DT 466s in them, but that whole hydraulic or oil pressure driven fuel pump thing was a nightmare. They'd get a lot of miles on them and start losing oil pressure, and then they wouldn't start.
All good, Dave.
Well, our guys were the hardest on trucks out of probably any driver in the country. They brought that for I want to say it was international with a DT 466 in it. They brought that thing up to me and said, we're having trouble starting it. We don't know what's wrong with it. I looked at it, and sure enough, it wouldn't start. I'm like, well, it's getting fuel. Something told me to look at the air filter. I pulled the air filter out.
It was plugged.
It looked like it had a couple of cats growing in it. I pulled that thing out and it fired right up. How it didn't catch on fire, I don't know.
I had one for a service truck that was an International 4700 with a DT 466 and a Spicer 5-speed with a 2-speed rear end.
Nice.
That was a hell of a truck.
I love that 5-speed. That's the synchro 5-speed. That's the synchronized. You can do whatever you want with it. Or is that the 6-speed?
No, it's 5-speed.
Right, but synchronized. Shifts like a car, right? We don't hardly get
what is it, that Spicer 5-speed only takes it's a good transmission, and if it only takes a quart of 80-90 gear oil for a transmission, I like that.
We don't see them out here much. We really don't. Everything out here has got an Allison or an Asian.
I used to work for a guy in North Carolina who had a couple of them with the Allison in them. They were not bad.
No, that other one that Freightliner used though, they didn't have a torque converter. They had like an auto clutch, and it was weird. It was an Eaton Fuller automatic, and it's like they took a 13-speed and took half the gears out. Those things were weird. If you had a load of ice in there, like sitting on the floor, like blocks, it was 50-50. You were going to get to your destination without half of them being shattered. Just by the way they took off, they shook. They shook real bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you were stopped on a hill, forget it. You're done. At least with the 9-speed, you could feather the clutch. Everybody was always terrified to get stopped on a hill. I'm like, well, yeah, but you know, there's a way to do it. You just got to practice. Take the thing out and drive it once in a while. Bring it back without the clutch on fire. So you don't need the goddamn thing. You only use it for taking off.
It all depends on how bad the transmission is.
Yeah, it's true. The old Freightliner we had with the Caterpillar, that thing was nice and tight. That trans in the Cummins was a loosey-goosey crash box. But I liked it. I mean, it, you know, to me it was easier to drive. The other guys hated it.
The loose ones are always easier to drive.
Yeah, I just treated it like a Chevrolet.
The biggest thing is with those loose ones, you need to find the groove for it.
Right. Pardon me 1 minute, gentlemen.
But once you figure it out with a sloppy one like that, once you figure out the groove for it, I mean, a lot of times they shift nicer, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. I've driven 9s, 10s, 11s, 13s. I think my first truck was a 13. And I was going up US 65 out of Arkansas. That little bit of steep grade they have out there. I stalled the truck on a damn mountain.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Yeah. I was scared. I'm like, fuck. I just started the truck back up, worked my way back through the gears, and got up the mountain. I mean, you had to be precise on timing, but I got out of it.
Where I'm driving, you're going to lose me intermittently. I'm sorry.
Well, as soon as you pop back on, I'll put you back on.
Yeah, well, still here for now. So what happens are you working for that particular company, Raging? Like you can't refuse that load, or can you?
No, I can't.
Oh.
The company drivers can't refuse loads.
I got you. Man. Well, I mean, what do you do? I mean, if you physically can't get there,
They have to cancel the load. No, it's the weekend staff that gave it to us, so it doesn't pick up until tomorrow afternoon. So she's gonna call our dispatcher in the morning and find out what the hell is gonna go on. Because we've got to get the truck PM'd. If we don't do that, well, safety's gonna block us out. So they're gonna put us out of service.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
They won't be able to dispatch us if we don't get that done soon. And we got like 1,500 miles left before we got to get it done.
Well, that doesn't get you to North Carolina?
Well, they don't have a terminal in North Carolina, so we can't get the PM done anywhere out there. So
Gotcha.
they're probably gonna have to relay it in Atlanta or something like that, so we can get our PM done on the truck. I don't know. I don't know their thought process there about stupid in a box of rocks.
What?
Sounds like a bunch of rules that cut your own balls off.
Well, those are new trucks, right?
Yep.
So they probably have to do that for warranty.
Yeah, we have to do PM service at like every 45,000 miles.
You know, like I said, I'm sure they have to do that.
Yep.
To maintain the warranty on it. And they probably got a deal worked out where they can do the PM themselves without having to go to a dealer.
Be a dealer or a truck stop. They won't let us
Yeah,
go
you
to a
said they
dealer or
don't
truck
have a
stop.
terminal in North Carolina. You have to do it at their terminal.
Yep. At one of their terminals across the U.S.
Yeah, see? So they got they got a deal worked out like that.
Yeah, those
Yeah.
Max Force motors, those things are fucking junk.
Yep. Well,
Nobody wanted them.
Walter, I think we can all agree that the International 6-liter, 6.4, and Max Force are. I mean, those are a joke by International. They just need to get out of the engine building business.
Mm-hmm. Technically, it's the pack car motor.
Oh, that's a pet car motor or engine?
Yep.
Because it's an electric motor and it's a semi-engine, right?
It's still diesel.
Right.
But the pack car motor is a semi-related engine. The biggest piece of shit they ever made.
I don't know. I ran a lot of the old shit, so.
I guess they just wanted to throw a motor together just to put in a truck. And I guess they just used spare parts for that one. Because, golly. Every time you turn around, you're having problems with that pack car.
I see. That's too new for me, so I don't know.
Well, they were back 2010, 2011. I don't know the first year Packard made them.
Yeah, see, too new. The newest truck I have ever owned, semi, was a 03. It was a Volvo. That's when they just changed their hood with the sleek hat lights and shit.
Uh-huh.
That was the first year. I think it was an 03. That's the newest one I ever owned. Everything else was between the 80s and 2003.
Right.
No, 90s, between the 90s. Well, also owns an army truck that was older than 80s. That had a big Allison in there too.
Mm-hmm.
That was a nice truck. A little bumpy fucking ride, but I tell you what, that some bitch would never get stuck.
Right. Well, I've driven plenty of trucks out, and my favorite is always a Kenworth.
Yeah. Well, in the end of the day, they all run the same engine and transmission and axles. So, the only difference is the cab design, really.
And what the company decides to do with the rear ends and everything. They get it. These companies like Swift, Knight, and all these other mega carriers, they get into computer systems and they they mess with the rear ends and the power that can go to the rear end and power that goes out of the truck. I mean, they cripple these trucks.
Diabolical, how are you?
Yeah, Pat, that Diabolical, that truck's been sold for a while now. We sold it back to Volvo. got rid of it. And where it's at now, I have no idea. No clue. Oh, man. Got to hang
I
out
got
with
the
Boudreaux for a little while this weekend. Or last week.
huh?
Got to hang out with Boudreaux for a little while.
Yeah, I saw that. That was pretty cool.
What? I tell you what, man, that food they had, that Missy cooked, oh, golly. I could have sat there and ate the whole bowl of potato salad. That shit was good.
Well, I did comment on that live.
Yeah.
I had me a service call early in the week.
Mm.
And see if we could get a John Deere combine up and running again. Well, we got her done.
That's all that matters,
It's
right?
like, huh?
That's all that matters, right?
Yep. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. About 3.5 hours worth of work.
Yeah, when we go home in November, we're gonna take a week's worth of vacation time.
Yeah.
Yeah, get everything squared away and everything at the house. So that way we're paid for that week we take off.
There you go. Sergio, how are you? Hey, Jamie, how are you? Hello
Jamie.
from the shop. I saw you had some good old collectibles in there. That was pretty awesome. Jamie, 2 Fords and an old square body Chevy. Just finished up cleaning and putting tools away. Awesome. What hash guys do you prefer on diesel pickup trucks?
Mm-hmm.
I really like my Molly or Molly would be my preferred head gasket. Really, I think they make some of the best. But if you don't want to go aftermarket, then go for OEM, of course. But Molly is my favorite. Felpro more for for gaskets and stuff. But yeah, Molly, I think that, in my opinion, I mean, I use those a lot.
Hey, Mark. What brand
Just got
of
back. That's awesome, Sergio. That's awesome, Jamie. I spent the weekend with funner stuff rather than the Euro crap. Mark, how are you?
What brand of ball joints does everybody prefer?
I don't know. Depends on the customer. When the end of the day. I don't do a lot of ball joints to begin with, Raging. So
Apex ball joints or Spicer.
there we go. What was that one brand again that used to be really good and now it's shit anymore because it got sold to Moog. Moog, that's the one. Thank you, Walter. I used to buy a lot of Moog, or used to buy Moog, not anymore because it went to China now, and the quality is just not there anymore. I think is it Advanced that bought Moog as a brand?
I think so.
I think Advance owns that now, and I don't know. Yeah, but if you got the older Moog, that was still good. The newer stuff, I hear people say it's not good anymore. So I don't know. Like I said, I don't do a lot of ball joints. I do a lot of head gaskets and timing chains on the end of the day.
Damn, Sergio.
Yeah, but that's the older stuff, Jamie. The made in the USA. Now it's made in China. And from what I hear, the quality is just not there anymore. But like I said, I don't have no personal experience with that. So it's just what I hear. But well, yeah, when it was USA made stuff, I had, like for my Ford pickup trucks and whatnot. Because back in the day, I used to have like 6 of them on the road. That was my preferred ball joint, was Moog, but not anymore. So. I'm putting some of my food up here real quick.
Dana 60 has Kingpin, so no worries. And my Jeep has ball joint deletes. Also a small American-made company.
Oh, Kingpins, yep. I don't know, Jamie. It's been a long time I bought Moog ball joints, so I don't know. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Advance bought them and sent all that stuff to China, I believe. But guess what I got?
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Upgrade. So this old girl here is going to go into the cart. It's got a couple battle scars. I used the shit out of this thing here. I tell you what, since I put the 5.0 battery on it,
Uh-huh.
you get more torque out of these with the newer battery.
Moog parts are made in several locations, including St. Louis, Missouri, Barcelona, China.
Oh,
So they do have USA made parts. Let's see. Moog is an American-based company that designs and manufactures steering, suspension, drivetrain parts. Company began in 1919. Damn. They also offer a limited lifetime warranty on its
Rom, how are
premium
you?
chassis parts.
Well, I just got it, Tarek. How are you, by the way? I just got it. I don't know. You know, you got to put this switch in the middle, right here, the left and right, or the lefty loosey selector first, and then you can switch. I don't think it's too bad. You know, like I said, I don't have no problem with it as of yet. I, my first question is, Derek, how much do you use that? Because I never really used it all that much. Because I just fetter the trigger. That's how I been doing it all that time. So the only thing I use is um, like that setting right there. That's the only thing I use once in a while, just to get bolts snugged up before you would torque them down or something like that, and that's about it. So I don't know. So like I said, I haven't used it yet, so I don't know. Um, Jackie Gillis, how are you?
Hey, Chaka, Brandon.
Yeah, same thing, Jamie. Coils is the bomb when it comes to timing chain kits. That's the only set. That's the only stuff I use. Yeah, I saw that on the TorqueJest channel, Chaka, when they opened that up. I mean, that's pretty impressive. Let's see, because there's not really any difference in the housing. Hell, it's even a little shorter. You see that than the original one? Holy shit!
That little thing's supposed to be a beast.
Well, we're fixing to find out. On one of the Facebook groups, I mentioned that the 3/8 I would be afraid I would mushroom the shit out of my impact sockets, and one guy says, "Don't worry about it." He's been running it for a while now. He says he had no issues yet. So I guess I was confused. I thought the forward reverse every was forward reverse. Everything was electric. No, I'm speech free. Let Yeah, that's how I do it, Tarek. And then if anything else, I feather the trigger. Run it in slow, and then or something like that. And like I said, the only setting I may use sometime is just to as soon as it hits the first impact, it stops, and that's when you have to I use that if you have to torque bolts down or something. So you just run them all in, and they'll be that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, speed. There you go. I have to make sure the selector in all the way. Yeah, well, the forward and reverse switch, I never have any problems with that. So I haven't bought anything recently in the tool realm. It's been a little while for me that it's been, I'd say, almost a month that I bought really anything. Got me new under hood light. Love the shit out of that thing. It's nice. I like it. But y'all have to watch the video for that.
I think the only thing I've bought here recently was my sod locker and a new Daytona jack for new tool wise anyway.
Yeah, the Daytona jacks are. I mean, those are nice.
She wanted the cherry apple red one, so that's the one she got.
Yeah, I got two yellow ones.
I'm only looking for stuff I really need now.
Holy shit, Jamie put 1,300 miles on her on her 460 in 1 month.
Damn.
So my other stubby is going to migrate to the cart. Nah. Imagine yourself, Jamie, a couple more years here, another 3 or 4 years, and then you can pull the engine and rebuild the entire engine. That would be a fun job.
Mm-hmm.
But well, I got this flex that's sitting in there right now. I've got it just about done, and then I'm going to have a Chevy truck coming in with ABS problems.
What? End towers? What the world is that?
I have no idea.
If it's what I'm thinking of, no, that word is not used here.
Unloading my other. Oh, you still got that out on loan?
Huh.
No, that's not.
Ben, if you think you're going to do that and not get blocked, let's
It's
not
already
do
done.
that.
It's already done. He gone.
Yeah.
And then I got another flex that needs to be worked on, and then I've got a Ford 7.3 that needs injectors.
I seen your flex video.
Never seen the flex, up close and personal in my life, and all of a sudden, bleh, here they are.
Got a few of them. No, I take that back. I have bought one thing of tools. Wife was getting her nails done. I walked next door to AutoZone and picked up a set of 6-inch picks, Duralast 6-inch picks.
Yeah.
That's about it. Not too bad.
Jamie says she has a spare sitting around. There'll be a winter project to build. There you go. Uh-oh, the boss is here. Everybody better be on their best behavior. That's right, Mark. Not today. It's all right, Brandon. It happens. Flex are hideous. Yeah, they look like an ugly box, but you know what? Once you get in, when you sit in there, man, they're pretty nice. I'll take this one for a test drive. I don't know. This one here is the twin turbo too, so I'll probably have some giddy up and go.
Yeah. I know a few people that owned Flex. They love it.
Scott, yeah, they got a pretty loyal following. Yeah, we picked it up pretty cheap. It needs some work. But we'll see. Either we'll drive it around for a couple months, or I don't know. We'll see what we do with it. Or turn around and sell it. I don't like how. Yeah, I can see that, Tarek. I like my big SUVs and pickup trucks, so. Old 429 Cobra, Super Cobra jet engine laying around. $500, come and get it. I had to do a complete driveline rebuild on a Flex. Oh. Yeah, that excursion that excursion with that V10 in it, it's been a great truck or SUV. Lots of room in that thing for sure. Well, we'll see. We'll get that. I owned a black one, so we'll get that thing fixed up and we'll drive it around for a bit, see what's what. If anything else, we'll just drive for the winter time.
It's not going anywhere.
Well, she's talking about the excursion. We'll see about the Flex. I mean, on the end of the, we do that quite a bit. Buy something like that, either flip it or drive it for a while and then flip it, or this one here is all-wheel drive, Tarek. The one that I got is not. I only wish it was all-wheel drive, but then again, all-wheel drive is supposed to be. I mean, the miles per gallon are not that great on those. Might have to drag it home.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting about Brandon. We're getting about 13 miles to the gallon with ours. I mean, it's not great, but for the size of the engine, it's not that bad either.
Right.
Yeah, see the excursion. I am a motorhead. Well, safe to say we're pretty much all are motorheads around here.
Uh-huh.
Really, Walter. I like I said, I have very little experience with flex, so I don't know. Transfer keys are known to go out in the all-wheel drive versions. Heat from the exhaust cook the gear loop. Interesting. I'll take the 429 heads for the spare 460. I have is off an RV. Gotcha. So, Jamie, if it comes out of an RV, does that have a heavier crank? I know with the Chevy big block, it's like that. Is that with the Ford as well? With the 460? This one doing 7 miles per gallon right now. Yeah, you should be able to get a lot more out of it, Brandon. Yeah, about 13.
Was it excursion?
Yeah.
I was getting almost 15 miles to the gallon in this thing the other night. I looked down, I'm like, whew, okay.
Yeah, but you got an inline. We got a V10, buddy.
I've really never seen one of these trucks get that kind of gas mileage.
How did they say that raging shit runs downhill?
Yeah. Of course, when you don't put your damn foot into it and you ease up on that throttle, you don't get that fuel mileage.
Oh, Jamie even says she gets 13 miles to the gallon with her 460.
I think my Silverado gets 16 or 17. Her Suburban does about the same.
Well, we tow with that excursion too. We got what's that, like a 12 foot enclosed trailer, little single axle. It gets hooked up quite often behind that excursion.
I haven't been able to tow anything with Silverado lately, but now that the frame is pretty much back to normal, well, 90% back to normal, I can start towing things with it again. I got my eyes on a frame out of close to where I live. He got no really rust on it. I mean, the guy said he's gonna give me a sweet deal on it. I told him as I get closer to November and I'm coming home, I'll let him know. and I'll probably go up there and pick the frame up.
There you go. Yeah, I think your vacuum leak is that's what really kills your gas mileage there, Brandon. And spark plugs and coils will probably help too. Yeah, they got a lot of torque.
Mm-hmm.
I got 10 towing my 8K camper. Oh, it's a 10-footer. Unclosed trailer we
We've got
got.
a 6x14 foot utility trailer, open utility trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went ahead and loaded down with the toolboxes and everything coming from Michigan. I mean, I was getting pretty good gas mileage.
Yeah, we got a couple trailers. We also got what's that, an 18-footer, I think? Like a lawnmower trailer, 18-footer, and then we got a 24-foot equipment trailer, and then a 32-foot gooseneck.
Hmm.
Yeah. Just do the smoke test, Brendan, because you never know. You might be surprised what you find. Because sometimes you think there's going to be a particular hose, and then it's something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm building the 460 for torque. Not a high horsepower, go fast girl. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that, Jamie. We are the same. We're, whenever we're towing big stuff, we're not in the hammer lane necessarily. So no need for that, especially with a gas engine.
Mm-hmm.
With a diesel, you can lay on it a little more, but
Hey, Nick.
my camper is 8K and 30-foot. Car hauler depends what I haul. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm not saying not to, Brandon. Don't get me wrong. On the end of the day, I agree, but still do your smoke test. Make sure. Nick, how are you? Hope all is well in Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to do a frame swap. Well, Scott, I told Raging the same thing. Get yourself a 3/4 ton frame and put your half-ton body on top of that.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't I, Raging?
Yeah.
You got yourself a heavy half, as they call them.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, more trailers than trucks. I don't know. We still got several trucks sitting on the yard, babe. But we got rid of a couple of them by now. It'll be coming, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Most I pulled was 14K with the 460. Got 7 miles to a gallon doing that. That's a lot of weight for that truck, Jamie.
Mm-hmm.
14K. The heaviest I pull is probably 20,000. Close to that. Because hell, if I just Just hauling my skid steer, that's 10,000. The skid steer itself is 10,000 pounds by itself. Got a lot of crud in it. Want to get that? Yeah, okay. Yeah, they're actually pretty known for letting oil through right there. So
Mhm. Yeah, if all goes right, the teardown will start for the front end when we're home. Gonna rebuild it before I do anything else.
hey, Jamie, you want a link, or is that too late for you? Set of axles are cheap. New fuel lines and brake lines installed. We'll turn it into an easy swap. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like the oldest daughter is going with a SN Edge. Is that the Ford Edge, Nick? Oh, an Edge. Okay, Ford Edge. Yeah, those are great little cars, man.
Yeah, Tarek. I'm gonna rebuild the front end, and then later on, when the frame is ready to be swapped over, so I'm not home every day, I'll do the frame swap. Yes, I know I have to redo the front end again, put it on the other frame, but that's okay. So I'm not lazy. I like work. I enjoy working on my vehicle.
Well, let me see if I can send you.
I didn't say you called me lazy. I wasn't meaning anything by it. I'm just saying.
Last time, did it send it through Messenger, Jamie, or what? Or did I send it through Instagram, the link?
Messenger, she said.
Messenger. All right. Messenger. Here we go. So I need to type that whole thing out. Give me 1 second here, Jamie. There we go. When it comes to typing like this, man, I'm just slow as molasses.
It'd be all right.
I gotta make sure I don't mistype any of it with my fat fingers. Okay.
No, I don't think he meant anything like that. I don't think he meant it like that, Scott.
What up, Dave?
Same old, same old.
I haven't quite figured that out, Tarek. I really haven't. Jack it up with jack stand, put it up, jack it up with floor jacks, put jack stand under it, and roll the chassis, roll the frame from under it. I don't know.
Now you're gonna need a hoist, man.
Oh, I've got an engine hoist.
No, a
That's
hoist.
good. I got
Well,
you
if
the
I can
link
find
sent, Jamie.
if I can find a tree or something like that, or somewhere deep enough to where tall enough where I can put a hoist up, then I'll do it like that. Otherwise, I'm going to be doing it the hard way.
I am in Macomb Township, Michigan. Nick.
Link not working. God damn it. Did I do something wrong? Give me 1 second here, Jamie. Might have to share. Well, I don't know how to share that. I'm too stupid for that, Jamie. Oh, you got to put it. I forgot to put in StreamYard.com, Jamie. That's what it is. After StreamYard, add.com.
I've never tried a frame swap without a
A hoist.
car hoist.
Yeah, well, I don't have access to one, so got to
You
do
can
it the
do it
hard
with
way.
a cherry. You can do it with a cherry picker.
Uh-huh.
You got to make something on the cherry picker that sits on top of the cherry picker so you can pick the cab up. I've seen it done.
Build a cantalizer with a boat or electric winch, like what you can use at pick and pull. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Chuck. I do have I think a 12,000 pound winch. I might be able to do that with
What year truck is this?
2,000.
So you're prepared for the can of worms you're gonna open up when you try to swap frames?
Yep.
You might as well replace all the steel lines on it while you're at it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Break up all that shit.
Here's Jamie.
Hey, Jamie.
Hey, Jamie.
How are you?
Hi.
You got all your tools cleaned up and put up?
Yeah, for the most part.
What all work need to get done to that
Just kind of-
square body?
I got the valve cover gaskets off of it right now. They're warped. Did a timing chain, a rear main seal. It basically, you name it, it's been done. It's minus the head gaskets. But I rebuilt the distributor. The AC's out of it now. I got the top end just kind of going back together.
Hmm.
Resealed stuff.
Yeah, that's
It's
a pretty
been a
big job.
It's been a continuous comeback. Not many customer can't find many people to work these things, much less people that know GMTBI anymore and how to diagnose it. And I'm like, well, this is like my childhood. She runs, she drives, she drove here. Customer keeps bringing it back for more and more stuff. He's 80. He basically just wrote a blank check and says, I want to drive it before I die. More. He bought it new. Now I'm very surprised when I was tearing it down, especially in the internal motor component. Like there's no sludge. This fan has meticulously replaced the oil.
You're breaking up, Jamie.
Um, Let me try moving over here.
Yeah, it's already better.
Yeah, because I'm standing outside the door.
I like that truck, that Chevy Square Body there. That's a beautiful truck.
Yeah, it's a GMC 4-wheel drive, 700 R4, 350.
Yeah, it's like what, an 85 or something like that? 83?
It's an 87. This was the first year of fuel injection.
Ah,
But
gotcha.
the last year, I had to rebuild the distributor. It initially came in months and months and months and months ago. Start or crank no start condition, and the son said, "Oh, it's not getting fuel to the carburetor." And I looked and I popped the hood. I'm like, 87 now. It's GMTBI. I know all about it. As soon as it got to the shop, I was like, "Yep." I did my tests and it wasn't getting the ignition signal from the pickup and the distributor, so I rebuilt it and drove it down the road, and then it came back for more, like suspension. Rebuilt the differential. That thing was whining, so I put new gears in the differential. Bearings, carrier bearings. It's just a high mile old truck that's mechanically getting restored slowly.
What year? 1987, you said?
Yeah.
I haven't worked on something that old, and I can't remember how many years.
What?
There's like no rhyme or reason with what I work on. It could be a 2015 BMW X5 or it could be a 1987 square body.
I think the oldest thing I've worked on in the past, say 3 months, would probably
And then my 90,
be an old Chrysler LeBaron from, I think it was a LeBaron from like the late 80s.
and then my 94 in the background. That's kind of a project. And then this 87 that came to me in a pile of parts on a trailer from Missouri with a no heads and part of a motor and swapped, part of everything swapped, and it came to me with a pile of parts. And it's been a slow, again, another customer that just wrote a blank check. It says here, I just want to drive it. I'm like, well, you know what it's going to cost. I get the distributors machined, and then I put new brass bushings and just reuse the rod, change out the distributor gear. so long as the depends on the cam. You get a roller style cam, you need a steel gear. You get an older flat tappet style gear. Problem with the new distributors is I'm putting steel gears on the distributors meant for the older style cams, and the gears actually chew up the cam gear. So you got to be careful with the finding the ones with the cast iron and the steel. So the cast iron goes for the older cams. That's just what I'm finding. Cause I
Hey, Rennie.
get some of these old crap in the shop that the cam gear is just chewed up because the distributor gear, the mismatch of metals decides to
Destroy it.
There's my 460. That's just that's my free 460 sitting there.
Your spare one that you're going to build?
Yeah, I call it an accident. Yeah, it's an accident. And then
Yeah, the oldest trucks my customers have are 89. So
I mean, this is my Sunday. I got the door panels off, working on the interior. I mean, I've done a disaster kit on a 6.7 Power Stroke. That was fun. That took me forever.
yeah, I done one a couple months ago. It's actually not too bad once you get in there and you get all the parts set. Which one did you get? The SNS?
A customer brought it in because the pump decided to grenade already, so he went with the DCR pump. He went with the new DCR pump, and it took me a minute. A lot of frustration, but eventually got out of there.
Yeah, I had a customer that just bought his first 6.7, and I told him, said, make sure you put a prevention kit in there. And that's the first thing he did.
I don't, for what I do, I don't need a diesel anymore. I jumped down the Cummins craze, the diesel craze, because of my dad. And I found out it really wasn't for me. Yeah, this truck came to me as a pile of parts. This was a bot build and it's got a 460 in it, but the 460 is it's rowdy. It's a fun truck. It's a rowdy truck.
Something like you.
It has a problem with blowing U-joints because of the power it's got.
Because of the rowdy engine?
I mean, I can start it. I got it tuned and I got it put together. I actually had to measure the distance because the dude gave me the wrong set of push rods. So I had to give him a set of push rods. But no, if I start this thing up, which I'm not gonna because that would be rude. But yeah, it's got a 460 with a C6. It had a 302 with an E4OD. But I can see the chat, so if people are asking me questions, I can't see the chat. I'm on my cell phone.
Oh, that's all right. I'll click them up. So
This is a core that came out of an Infinity. It's a 3.0. Yeah, that was a fun one. You have to drop it out the bottom.
yeah, how you like doing that?
It wasn't bad.
You said it's a 3.0 Infinity motor?
Yeah.
So 3.0 Toyota. 4-cam engine.
Yep.
They're not bad to drop out at all, especially if you have a cradle table.
Yep. I have a table lift, not
And
a.
if you have a table lift, it's not bad at all. And if you're not in a real
No.
roughed up, nasty ass vehicle that you're working on, that all of a sudden you're gonna have you have problems with the cradle bolts and stuff. But
I think it took me a good 2 days to do it. 2 full days. But the customer's supposed to pick up his old engine.
Well, I just like to do it the old-fashioned way from the top.
there are vehicles, as
This-
long as I'm not dealing with extreme corrosion, there's vehicles like, say, Ford Edge, Lincoln, what do they call it? MK. I'm off on my Lincolns, but like the equivalent to
The MKX, the MKZ.
MKX. They come
Yeah,
in me.
MKX and MPZs. Yep.
If I need to do water pump or timing chain issues with those, if the car is real clean, I'll drop the cradle. If the car is not clean, the bolts look like shit, everything looks like shit, I'll do the work with the engine in the car. But I can drop a cradle in one of those in probably 45 minutes.
Oh yeah, the one Acura with the transverse V6 in it. I just to do the timing chain and water pump, I just dropped it.
And some of the cradles
Guy
are not
said-
hard to drop, just with the rack
guy
hangers
said-
and bungees and
The guy
Like the
said I
what?
didn't have to
drop the rack with it.
The guy said I didn't have to drop it to do the timing chain and that. I guess I took a little extra steps of how I saw it to be better fit. But
Hey, if you have to drop an engine for a timing chain, I don't do it.
I only do it if the car is really clean. And for like on a 3.5 or 3.7 Ford, if it's really clean and it needs a water pump and we're doing the timing chain and everything to it, I will I'll drop the cradle right out the bottom. And then
Really?
it's blam bam, thank you, man, with everything. But if I see any potential for problems with the cradle bolts or any of that stuff, I will do it in the car. And on some of those
Well, I'm
models,
doing a 3.5 right now. It's not bad at all to just do it in, do it in
No,
the,
it's not bad.
in the engine.
the car, just the hardest thing you got to be most careful with is when you put the front cover back on, not to like make a shit mess with the silicone that you're putting on the front cover. When
Yeah,
put it
you know
back
how you fix that? You got to jack up the engine high enough.
Yeah, I know that, but I'm saying a lot of guys a lot of people can't get it. They start bumping everything, they screw up everything, they put it back on, and the next thing you know, they got oil leaks.
ever since I dropped the cradle out of the Infinity, that is my go-to. I don't care if it's a little bit longer. I'm just gonna do it.
Mm-hmm.
Just personally, my personal comfort, I guess.
Chevy Traverse is I've never done a Chevy Traverse yet, Cass. Cass, how are you?
I can do Traverse in the vehicle, but I'll tell you right now, it is a bitch. Easiest way is to drop the cradle.
There's not enough room.
I think you got to pull some AC shit out of the way. It's not just
What
that.
year?
It's
What
not just
year?
like, I don't know, say like in 2012.
What the fuck? I've done it. I've done a couple Impalas like that, and I just did it in the engine bay.
There's
The
more
same
room on the
engine.
Impala.
Huh?
I never.
I think there's more room on the Impala.
Is there?
I never had to do one of them. I did have to do a transmission in an Impala, but I never had to do a timing set yet.
The Impalas don't eat up their chains as much as the Traverse, the Enclave, and the larger vehicles like that. My assumption is the Impala is just a lighter vehicle, and it's not as hard on the motor. Or there's not as many of them on the road.
I don't know.
have-
I've done a couple. I've done a couple Impalas. You know, done a couple engine swaps, done a couple timing chains. I mean, I find them pretty easy, but
Oh man, the Acadia 3.6. Oh,
well, those are all the
man.
same on the end of the day.
Well, the only thing I did to an Acadia was replace the engine. That was an engine replacement. That was too far gone.
What happened? The chains snap and lock it up?
Yep.
Bust a bunch of shit apart?
Yep.
They're pretty notorious for that if you've used it.
Yep. That was a long block day.
Yeah, Cass is right. Though it is the easiest ways to drop that. I mean, you're going to be dealing with a pain in the ass if you try to do it in the car on a Traverse, Arcadia, or whatever. Your best bet's just drop the cradle.
The Acadia was too far gone. That was the change engine soon light. There was no check engine. That was at the old shop though.
Sometimes here in the
Nah.
Rust Belt, it can get a little scary. Just go, oh, I'm just going to drop the cradle on this 15-year-old car or 12-year-old car. Sometimes
They got a seized cradle bolt.
yeah, sometimes easier said than done.
Mm-hmm. Or you put your seized cradle bolt, and then you put this big mamma jamma on there at least to get it out, and then you got to put it all back together.
Yeah, I'm not the fastest tech, but I'm the get there eventually tech.
You work for yourself or you work for a company?
No, I work for myself.
Okay.
30% of the
As long as you're
30% of
charging
the
right, speed doesn't matter. Quality does. As long as you're charging right and you're happy with what you're making, speed don't matter. Quality does.
I get paid percentage of the job. There's another guy that's my business partner.
I'll still take quality over speed, though.
Jamie, Nick wants to know if you still love your new shop.
Oh, it's amazing. I would love it more when my apartment's built out in the back. I get my camper back from the repair place this week, and then I'm going to drop it in my pad. I still got to pour the concrete. The pad's over there.
Yeah. When are you going to pour the concrete?
This week, because I got to bring my camper in.
Yeah.
But that's the I'm trying here.
Yeah, I hear you, Brendan.
I'm trying to get a better picture of what it all looks like out there, but I have all the lights on. There's Euro trash behind me.
Yeah.
Get it out of there. Get it out of there. I dealt with your old trash.
It's a
Run,
Volkswagen.
Forrest, run.
Range Rover.
I did a timing belt on that. That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. Nope, that's my daily. My white truck is with a soldier right now. He's had it for like 6 weeks. His truck is down there too. It needs an engine. He's gonna long block it.
You going to do the work on that?
Yeah, and I'm not gonna charge labor for that. I'm gonna do that one pro bono. Yep. Because I
Holy
did
shit.
the top end. I did the top end. It had a stuck injector. What happened was stuck injector dumped so much fuel into the crankcase and he
Yep.
drove it, washed the bearings out, scored it, and it had a low end knock. Dropped the pan, sure enough, low end knock. So, and there was so much metal in the pan. And this is after I got it running with the new injectors and top end because it wouldn't start and it just knocks like knock. You can't hear the knock on the crank, but when it ran and I'm like, you can't drive this. But luckily with the long block, he gets a warranty and he'll get paperwork. And all the stuff I did on the top end will transfer over to the long block.
Yeah.
But the problem is a Chrysler Hemi long block is expensive. Initially, when he said that it had a tick, I was like, oh, that's going to be a cam and lifter's job. Just heads out. But his description of a tick when it stopped
Good night,
running
David.
turned out to be a whole lot of metal. So, but I'm going to do that for free. Well, not parts wise, because it's like $7,000 total.
Holy shit.
Yeah, for a long block. But he's getting a warranty with that long block. He gets a warranty on the injectors. I got everything from the dealership. So, yep. I offer like I can't charge that guy for labor because I know what the dealership would want for an engine swap with parts. His bill is only going to be $7,300 for parts. That's with the $1,100 I already stuck on top.
So the Hemi long block is that expensive, huh?
Yes, it's very. It's a 12.
A 2012?
Yeah.
How much you say long block was?
Well, in total, his parts bill is going to be 73 because I already got 1,100 on top. You figure with the long block and the gasket dress up kit. Now I priced this like pretty liberal in the cost range of 73. I said, he's like, what's my no shit out the door price? I said 7,300 is going to be your worst case scenario price.
Yeah, but how much did you pay for just the long block itself? Nothing else.
It was like 52.
Yeah, they're all the new engines, all those engines are up there now, man. Prices of motors have gone up significantly, even on used.
Yeah, I said that I told him, I said, you can get a used engine, but I can tell you what my experience with used engines are.
Well, I can tell you a lot about
And
a
it's
used
50.
engine experience. Don't do it. Don't do it unless you're doing it to flip a car.
I mean, I have a used engine out right now in the machine shop, a 5.3 GM. It's at the machine shop getting work done.
I put quite a bit of used engines in. I've yet have to get a problem out of it. So
Who do you get them from?
Scrapyard.
I'll tell you who not to get them from. It's a gamble. It's a 50-50 gamble on anything like transmission,
LKQ.
axles, LKQ. It took the words
Oh
right out of
yeah,
it.
well I
I've
would
had
never.
shit
No.
delivered to me that- I've had shit delivered to me that they took out of a fucking lake, and they said, "Oh, it only has 70,000 miles on it. And the thing's filled with water."
That's where this 5.3 that I have is from LKQ. Has 41,000 miles on it. I'm like, no, hard pass. So I tore it down and it's at the machine shop.
I got two. I got 2 yards that I work with, but they're too small. Both of them are smaller ones. The one is more for the older stuff, and the other one is more for the newer stuff. And like I said, they have treated me right so far. No problems, none whatsoever. So
The biggest thing is warranty on a used engine. A 30-day warranty. The warranties are just not. I sell a lot of big ticket jobs, and for reasons of, I'm very honest. I'm like, no, I would shy away from a used engine, and the soldier's like, yep. I guess like the long block makes sense the way you described it. I'm like, yes, it does. And the sooner you come up with the money to fix your truck, the sooner I can get mine back. But I'm not going to take my truck away from you. I'm not going
Damn.
to do that to him. But I have enough junk that I can drive around. I mean, I got to put the door panels on the 94. I got to get parts for that. It's starting to do the interior.
you better watch out, Jamie. Otherwise, they'll never want to bring your truck back because they like it better than their new plastic fantastic stuff.
No, his new plastic fantastic stuff is 4-wheel drive. My white truck does not. Also, it was his father's truck who passed it down to him. His father passed away. So yeah. So it's got some sentimental to him, his truck. So I'm gonna do the truck a good service and put it back in service with quality. That's the goal. Oh man, that's a lot of talking. There's my Matco box that's sitting over there. My power cart.
The blue one there.
Yeah.
Yep.
This is kind of a walk around. Don't mind those. They're just engines.
Just a couple of them.
That's 347 stroker. That's going in that. Yeah, it's kind of my life. I love this welder.
With the
I don't
Miller.
know if you can see it.
Yep.
Yeah. And there's the argon for the TIG. You want to do aluminum and stainless. Yeah, it's multi-process. Do stick.
Stick, MIG, and TIG.
Yep, it does AC and DC TIG. Yeah, that's pretty much it. My big FU sign. Oh yeah, this is my apartment. It's in
What- When are you going to finish that out?
probably a year. It's not a priority.
Hey, but you know what, Jamie? Now you don't have to rebuild engines in the middle of your living room anymore.
Nope. Nope. None of that. None of that. None of that crap. There's another Euro trash sitting in the distance. I
The
don't know.
Beamer?
I think that one. Yeah, I think that one's gonna be a pull apart and sell because it's totaled in the front.
That's right, Brendan. The shop is still her living room, LOL.
Yeah, this just needs a bathroom, which is slow. Bathroom is slowly in there. Had a contractor in here yesterday doing the price out for the bathroom. I'm like, holy crap. I'm like, let's turn some more work out.
Yeah, but once you
Yeah,
once you got your camper there, that takes a lot of the pressure off, ain't it?
Yeah, the priority was the building
Right.
and the second lift. And I still have my place in Texas.
Well, that's got a nice shop building on it too.
Yeah, I'm about to go there and next week. I got to go bug Bocce and Brandon.
You hear that, Brandon?
I'm just kind of buying time before I sell the PA house. That's all I'm doing.
Yeah, but that was going to be a little ways off yet, wasn't it? At least that's what you were saying.
Yeah, I'm kind of holding on to both houses. I'll keep Texas, but I'm holding on to both houses. I'm renting my PA house out to my ex. Yeah. If I keep Texas, well, I'll keep it, but
You got that sitting empty right now, Jamie? The one in Texas?
yeah, kind of. Oh man. Someone's texting me. It's actually nice out here. It's peaceful and quiet, and it doesn't smell like trash trucks.
It's always a plus.
I
So
can't-
is your
it's
shop
so-
in town, Jamie, or on the outside of town?
It's on the outside of town. It's peaceful.
Yeah, that's nice.
But my day job is in town. So I commute. I drive 60 miles every day. So it's 30 miles to work and 30 miles here. And then I'm going to be retiring soon. I'm just kind of waiting on my retirement orders. And then I'm looking at a remote job. That way I can do part-time here, part-time in Texas, and then part-time at the facility. Because auto mechanics is my second job. It's not my primary. I'm still in the military, but that's coming to an end.
Yeah, Nick wants to know how much longer at the day job.
Well, the day job will never be over because I'm gonna probably walk right back into my same office when I retire as a civilian. So the day job will never be over. I'm still gonna do the same thing that I'm doing now, but there'll be a lot of remote work too. I'm kind of transitioning into a lot of remote work. It's a hard to explain circumstance that I'm in. But I mean, yeah. I think by December I'll have my retirement orders. I'll either have retirement orders or I'll extend my time out to take a promotion in the military to maximize my retirement.
Yeah, and then you sign up for what, another 4 years? Or what?
To hit my high 3, it'll be a 3 years tacked on to what I owe currently. Which they're not going to move me. My program already said they're not going to move me or deploy me anywhere. Because I'm a program manager for a very niche field in the Army. And when I got here, there was nothing. So I had to design the whole program, design the architecture, design the everything around it. Yeah, I came here with nothing. I came here with old trucks and a camper. But then I'll probably do 4 more years as a civilian in my current position. And then move over into contracting. contracting or training because they're moving the school. They're moving the school to teach what I do here. So, yeah, we'll see. If they move the school here, I know they're going to be hitting me up for instructor or uh, like a site engineer or something. Because there's the other avenue if I don't stay in the government civilian sector. The other job that I'm looking at is tech security engineer for Missile Defense Agency, which has a lot of remote work.
Wow.
So the end state is there's going to be a part-time remote work. That's the end state. So I can keep doing this stuff and do this stuff like 50-50 and have freedom of movement when I want.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on in my life. Just, I don't know. All this was an accident. This was an accident.
That's one hell of an accident now.
I just know I needed a shop. And I couldn't get to Texas as much as I wanted to do my stuff. And I partnered up with somebody that's already a retired dealer tech. And he's doing his own thing. We partnered up together. And now we just bound an Overwatch. So, and I didn't expect to work on European cars at all. That was a disaster.
Isn't that fun?
That was a disaster.
European cars are not horrible if you can get the proper information.
That was a disaster. Now, Brandon, when I'm done with the military, I am done. I'll go government civilian, but I am done. I joined during the Bush administration, and I am ready to check out. I am old and tired.
I hear you there, Jamie. I'm gonna be 79 years old.
And I don't want to travel outside the country ever again. No more deployments.
That's got to be real tiring. That's got to be real tiring on you when you have to go do deployments.
It's tiring in a lot of ways. But I don't want to talk about that, but yeah.
That's all right. You don't have to.
No, I understand what you're saying, Jamie. Yeah, that's what I meant by that. I mean, I'm giving you respect. It's very tiring in a lot of ways.
I'm in my retirement, I'm gonna do more good because I've done a lot that I'm not proud of. Long story short. There's a big bullfrog somewhere on this property.
Well,
Good luck in finding it.
Go get it. That makes for a good dinner.
There is a bullfrog on the property somewhere. I just want to work on cars. I have a paid hobby. That stuff's fun. I want to put down my tech stuff, walk away from my tech stuff, and be able to work on old crap. And then all this new fangled European crap starts coming in, and I'm back to tech work. Pinning out, like I'm talking like pinning out and doing signal analysis on a system for air suspension for a Mercedes. I mean, what the crap?
See, I like that shit. That's exciting to me. I'll take that over a carburetor any day.
No, I'll drive
I'll
a
take the
carburetor.
Now, these new cars, to accurately diagnose and know for the fact that you're on the right path and you got it right, it requires a lot of tools, a lot of equipment. You need an oscilloscope. Doesn't have to be the best scope in the world, but you need some type of scope that's capable of giving you some decent signal pattern.
Yep, I have an 8-channel CLEA logic analyzer. It duals as an oscilloscope and logic analyzer because I like to pull out UART and C data if I can, which is the hardware encoding of the firmware. But that's a whole nother conversation and a can of worms.
Where's the can of worms and a conversation?
Oh, I get to go play with that at work tomorrow, so I'm going to save that one for tomorrow. Or a spectrum analyzer when you're analyzing like RF waves and propagation and decibels and standoff distance and yeah. That's the basis of tech security engineering.
I'll stick to my timing chains and head gaskets and diesel stuff.
Yeah, I'll stick to all that. I'd rather stick to all that. That's it's a nice break. Until you have to work until a Mercedes or BMW or Volkswagen, then it's just yeah. I didn't expect to do all this Euro stuff, European cars.
Over-engineered vehicles. Grossly over-engineered.
Wow, that's cool, Brandon.
I'm gonna have to go get off here soon because I gotta go and get ready for tomorrow and go to the gym tomorrow and then start my day with meetings. Yeah, so I got to get off here soon and close the shop. And where in the ever-living Zeus's butthole is this bullfrog? I don't know. It's somewhere.
Well, go find it.
Yeah, use military intelligence. Figure it out.
There you go.
I'm gonna go to work and get my FLIR thermal imager and go searching for it one of these nights.
There you go. And then nuke his ass.
No, it's just a germanium lens based FLIR that does pretty cool stuff, but it will find the bullfrog.
Let's take it torch the whole field. It'll be all right. Then you'll find them.
How's it going to find the bullfrog? It detects cold-blooded animals. I thought frogs were cold-blooded.
It will detect differences and patterns if you thermally tune it and you drop your emissivity and selectivity down to the proper settings. You can detect enough patterns within its travel path to discern that, hey, that's the size of a bullfrog. And you can do spot metering to measure the size of the patterns that it leaves.
Well, here's the solution. Chickens love frogs. And Jamie loves chickens.
Oh yeah, I need a shop chicken.
There you go. Good night, Brandon.
Night, Brandon. No, I'm not going to hurt the bullfrog, but I just want to know where it's at. Just show your face. But I do a shop chicken. A shop chicken is a definite.
It's a must-have.
I want to raise an Australorp rooster, and I want it to be. It will 100% live in the shop.
And then you got your own personal alarm system on top of that.
No, that's my pet.
Right, but if you're not there and somebody fiddles with the door, the rooster will go.
I will cuddle it. I will pet it. I'll let it perch up on me. Yeah.
I know you love your chickens, Jamie.
I will cuddle a chicken. It's pretty foul. Plus, I got a lot of beetles just floating around here too. Be a buffet.
Anyway, we're over the 2-hour mark, as KC said it.
Yeah, enough rambling. I gotta go home and get ready for
meetings tomorrow.
Yeah, those. I gotta explain to people some crap.
Some bull crap?
No, the bull crap is somewhere around here, and I hear it. I'm gonna find it. All right.
You want to say your goodbyes, Jamie?
Thanks for having me. Sorry you hear me ramble on about nothing. No more building rear end motors in the kitchen.
Gotta have a chicken.
I guess. Yeah, gotta have a shop chicken. Or duck or turkey.
Ducks are hilarious. But you need to have more than one duck. You need to have a couple of them.
Well, I know I would 100% bring my chicken to the office in a cage in the truck and visit it at lunchtime. Like for the days that I don't remote work and go into the office, I'll bring my chicken with me.
There you go.
And if you think I'm kidding, I'm really not.
Well, I want to see a picture of that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. But it's got to be an Australorp because those are my favorite. All right. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on, Jamie.
Have a good one, Jamie.
Later.
Always a pleasure talking with you.
Yep. Okay. Yeah, you can hit me up on Instagram or it's pretty much my go-to.
Sounds good. Good night, Jamie.
Night.
Well, as always, Seal, thanks for having me on. And everybody have a good, safe weekend. And we'll catch you on the next one. As always, thanks for having me on, Theo.
Thank you for coming on, Dave.
All right, everybody in the chat, y'all stay safe this week. I don't know if any more bad weather's coming, but we will see. Theo, thanks for having me on. Dave, good to see you again. But like I always say, you'll keep those wheels spinning, beavers grinning. We'll catch you on the next one.
All right, everybody. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody's going to have a good week. Thank you for everybody coming out and hanging with us tonight. Appreciate it. And catch you on the next one.